I'm going to call this special meeting of the Board of Equalization to order. It's Friday, March 22nd, 9:30. Notice of this meeting was posted. First was going to be roll call on Eleanor Thompson. Mr. Brett Town?
Present.
Ms. Teresa Sellers?
Here.
All right. And Mike is here from the assessor's office. How you feeling?
Groovy.
Groovy. Good. Okay. The first item on the agenda is discussion and possible action regarding the minutes of March 11th and March 13th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
Yes, move approval of item number 1 regarding the minutes for March 11th, 2024 and March 13th, 2024.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second item, we're going to set valuations of the hearings that we had this week. The first one is BOE number 36, residential number 211-961-480. Gilbert and Valerie Amory. The assessor asked for a valuation of $671,000, a reduction from the initial $689,500, and the property owner would like us to set it at $645,000. What do you guys think?
I looked at that. The median of comps, and the comps were good. I felt like it was $671,034. The amount that the taxpayer is asking for is $645,000 is nowhere near even the county average for increases during that time, which from the time they purchased the home, if you just applied the county average, it would be $767,000. This is an area probably where the county average, where homes have appreciated even faster than the county average. So I feel like the assessor's valuation is correct.
So I agree with you on the tax evaluation against the 2022 tax year. But I did see that one of the comps was a 2022 comp that was pretty high. And so I kind of reran it without that 2022 comp. But my math shows the comps coming in at 660 rather than 651. This is the only one that for some reason that I couldn't get the numbers to come up. And so I was thinking perhaps lowering it to 660 based off of the comps.
I wouldn't have any issue with that.
All right.
Care to make a motion?
Sure.
I'll make a motion to set the value at $666,000 for BOE 036 R211961480.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
What's the number, sorry?
36.
36.
Yeah, the final value, sorry.
666.
Okay.
660.
60,000.
Okay, now that's,
660.
okay, we need to redo the motion
Okay.
because I wrote down 666.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll make the motion to set the value for BOE 36 R211961480 at $660,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
BOE number 38, the assessor had this one at $290,500, and the owner was asking for $205,700.
This is the one where she was basing this off of her insurance valuation, her homeowner's insurance valuation. I still don't think that she was calculating in land values as she was doing that. There's just a pretty good difference at $205,700 to $290,000 assessor's valuation.
Yeah, I agree. I could see no reason to lower this one. The comps were, he was actually quite generous, I think, based off the comps and valuation. And I believe what Karen had told us was that the comps that she was using, or the appraisal that he was using, were comps from 2021, 2012, and 1994. So they were pretty old comps.
Yeah, this was a 21-year-old house, and her comps were 31-year-old, from basically 31-year-old comps. So I would like to move on item BOE number 38, that we set the fair market value at $290,500.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next one is BOE number 39. The assessor has it at 489,000. The property owner would like 417. The four comps in the neighborhood had a median of 492,527. So the assessor's valuation is lower than the median of the comps.
I think this gentleman's primary complaint was that he was alarmed by the increases in basically his escrow, his insurance, and his tax bill, which we talked about this valuation. And we don't set the tax bill. Again, this was a 2019 purchase for $370,000. County average is over 50% increase in valuation since 2019, whether we like it or not. I thought the assessor's valuation was fair at 489.
And this is the one that I'm going to defer to you both on, because this is somebody that I used to work with.
Okay. All right, I don't have any reason to deviate from the assessor's valuation.
Okay, so this is item number 4. So referencing item number 4, BOE 39, I move that we set the fair market value at $489,000.
And I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item number 5 on the agenda is BOE number 40. The assessor lowered the valuation to $488,000 from $552,000, and the property owner would like to have it at $250,000. This is a 10-acre tract, and he owns about 50 acres in the area, and his real gripe is that it's all farmland, and because he's built a house, he has taxes higher than his neighbors who have no house on their acreages. He says his house needs repairs. The assessor has the valuation. It was good and he lowered it to fair. And the homeowner wants it to be fair.
This was the home where the homeowner built the house or had a custom built house, and it was in 2007 or 8. 8, yes. It was $314,000. And the assessor did make adjustments for conditions on the house and credited the homeowner, and then did lower it from good to fair. I feel like the assessor has been more than fair in the things that they've looked at in their valuation. It's a large home. If you just worked on the average increases, this home would be over $500,000. So I feel like the assessor has been more than fair on this home.
Yeah,
$250,000 is extremely low.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't see any reason to lower it.
Okay. So I'll make the motion to set the fair market value of BOE number 40 at $488,000.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the next item is item 6 on the agenda, which is BOE number 41, Mr. Salazar. The assessor began at $206,500 and lowered it to $199,000, and the property owner wants $170,000. And his was basically personal and property taxes. Yeah, personal income issues. He's 100% disabled vet.
Yeah, I agree. This was the one that he's not currently paying taxes. He
That's
did
correct.
have the full disability exception, but I believe it had more to do with the impact it was having on his insurance,
That's correct.
the value of the property. Unfortunately, I couldn't see anything in the comps that would allow us to reduce the value to try to help him in any way. You know, we have to be fair and base it off of what we believe we can sell or buy the property for. And so I didn't see any reason to lower it. I would recommend we stay at the 199.
I agree. The assessor's valuation is fair and market value. So Mr. Salazar is okay. So referencing item number 6, BOE 41, I move to set the fair market value of this property at $199,000.
I second the motion.
All in favor? Aye. All right, item 7 on the agenda is BOE number 42. The assessor, this is a July 2022 sale for $625,000. The assessor has it at $707,500. The owner would like to have it at $625,000 because that's what it sold for. And she would not give that the property had increased at all in 18 months. The median on this property is $715,027. And the comps are identical, but she questioned the adjustments made for time and quality. I think I've written down here that perhaps she could see $667,475.
I had that she would agree to 647, yeah.
647.
She would accept 647, but the assessor, there's just too big of a gap in there for
Yeah.
me. I feel like, knowing this neighborhood, it's right next to mine, the valuation of these homes, looking at the comps, didn't seem to warrant the assessor's valuation of $707,500.
I agree, from both the comps and the tax percentage. He was being more than fair.
Yeah, the median was 715,000 and he's at 707,500.
And the time adjusted increase is 15% in that year and a half, which would make 719,000. So again, this is an area which probably is higher than the average increases.
Yeah.
So make sure I get the right.
42.
So in reference of item number 7, BOE number 42, I move to set the fair market value of this property at $707,500.
A second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is BOE, number 311, Mr. Bustos. The assessor has this set at $204,500. The property owner would like to have it at $190, but could see $195. This is the Airbnb, and he thinks that he bought above the appraised value because the house was fully furnished. And his issue is basically income, not truly valuation.
So I looked at this one really closely because I had a lot of notes on it. And I tried to figure out a way on this one, but what I kept coming back to is that the comps that he was looking at didn't include the adjusted values, and they were a much lower square footage. And that difference in square footage made a big difference in the adjustments, as well as the difference in age, because he had that remodel that took him to 22 years and all the rest of them were at 50 plus years. So that caused a rather large adjustment as well in the values, even on the comps that he provided. He kept saying, if you'll look at my comps, you'll see. And I was looking at his comps, but you have to allow for the adjustments. And so I just couldn't find a way to agree with his argument. I think that the assessor's valuation at $204,500 is fair.
Did anyone have a note that the assessor, did they lower that to $201,500 during
I
our
did have
conversations?
that. I had that on. I have
That they would offer that at that point.
right, 201,500.
Which I feel is more than fair.
Yes, I do have that. That was the lowest he would go. And I'm fine with that.
Especially in light of the fact that median comps was 209,000. Okay, so I move that we set the fair market value of BOE number 311 at $201,500.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So the next item is BOE number 312. The assessor lowered, began at 450,000 during the hearing with him informally. They lowered it to 330,000. I think they even made a site visit. He wants it at 292,714. This is 5 acres. And I must say that I went and visited the area, and he was complaining about the condition of the road, which is horrible. I agree. And the care given to his neighbors. But in that area, that's a strange area. All you got to do is turn the corner, and there are wonderful homes on acres. So it's just his immediate block. It's almost like some of those people are using the properties as dumping grounds. But the assessor made an adjustment for that and lowered it from 450 to 350. They knocked $120,000 off the valuation. So,
And then I think that we had an in meeting, another adjustment to 317,500. Was I the only one?
no, comps are for 340,000, and I have 317,500 as the medium, and I drew a circle around it. So
I had
Yes.
317,684
yes,
is what he said he would agree, but was the lowest that he would go.
okay. I think the assessor has responded to the complaints of the homeowner. It's not like they're holding firm, because if they really just took the properties behind him and on either side of that corner, he would be at the 450. So they made the adjustments, not like they ignored his complaints. So
I think the assessor did due diligence. I think they had an on-site.
Yes.
But the assessor can't take into factor a lot of the things that we saw if we went out and visited this. So I think the assessor's valuation is fair at 317,684.
I agree, I'll second that.
That is my motion, that we accept the assessor's valuation. I move that we accept the assessor's valuation on BOE 312 at 317,684.
I'll second that.
all in favor? Aye. Next item is BOE number 313. It's the last item, number 10 on the agenda. The assessor has this assessed at $139,500. The homeowner purchased this property for $50,000. I think it wasn't really considered a valid sale. He's buying this property for his daughter and says he has to fix it up. We can only consider what information was given at the informal, and there was a glitch in the mailing. He was using email, maybe he thought his file was too big, so his 7-day cutoff came and went without the assessor having the benefit of the pictures of the interior of the house to justify the valuation at $50,000. And I admit this is real close in time, December the 15th to December the 31st. But either it was an invalid sale or not. And based upon the homes and things in the area, it's a fair statement to consider this an invalid sale absent proof that it's a shell of a house, basically. I have $90,000 written down here. I don't know.
That's what the owner said he
He could go to.
Yeah, that he would be willing to accept. Yeah. I don't know if I agree with the fact that it's not livable. I went into Google Maps and did a close-up view on it, and they were planting flowers. I can't imagine you would
Yes,
plant
I saw that.
flowers at a property that is not livable.
Yeah. They'd re-landscaped front yard.
Yeah. I mean, they were actually in the process when I was looking at it, so I thought that was interesting. But that being said, if I looked at the value from 2023 that the assessor put on the property at 112,500 and put in the time adjusted value, I actually get 120,146. I don't know if you saw that math, Brett.
Yeah, I come up with a valuation of 120,138, so I could go either way on that.
Okay, I'll take whichever one you guys, the two of you can agree on.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and make this last motion that we set the value for BOE 13 R068149200 at 120,146.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, that concludes the items on the agenda. Any comments from the public? Okay, before we adjourn, we'll talk about the schedule for next week. We're gonna work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week, right?
Monday,
Monday,
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
Wednesday, and Friday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and we have, 2 days, one person on the agenda that's not the hedge fund?
It'll all be Ryan.
Oh, it's always the following week that we have all be right, okay.
And do we have comps on these?
Yes, hopefully y'all would figure out how to send them to you as well.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get those today.
Yeah, I'll send them
Kind
out
of break
today.
them up into different packages or something.
I'll send them today.
Yeah, because I think you were right, that's what happened last week, is that because you included the comps with the normal packages, it was a much larger one, and so we probably just need to put fewer in an email so that we can get through the firewalls.
Okay, and we're doing 12, right?
Yes.
Is next week we're doing 12, and we understand that they are trying to do 65 a day, which is under no, I mean, even if we could zip. And what that would do for us is we would get to Friday, we would die. Because we'd have 180 that we'd have to go through, so.
It's just not workable.
And that's not workable, so for the moment, and I can tell them when we start with them on Monday, that we're willing to go from 12 to 20, and we'll see that the following week, if 20 is really, really manageable and we want to increase it some, we'll increase it some, but we'll be able to determine how many more we think is reasonable per day. But for now, no to 60.
Is it possible that any of them are actually identical, so that we could bundle any of them?
They're all over the place.
Okay,
That's
so
why the LLCs.
Yeah, I
Just
don't think we
different
can bundle
LLCs.
two properties with two
Okay.
separate property IDs.
Okay.
Right,
We have to take every
There's no
property
bundle.
individually.
right.
Would you do me a favor, after you send those, would you send me an email with no attachments, just to let me know that you've sent them and what you sent, and then I can confirm for you whether or not I got them?
Okay.
So we're set. So, and next week, all we have is Board of Equalization as far as we know.
Yes.
Okay, because I did tax this week. All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
A second motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Okay, good shakes.